Yeah, so Mayur had some doubt regarding like reversing the stack problem. Okay, so okay, so let's say this is the stack. Okay, so suppose 1, 2, 3 is there, and you need to reverse it. Okay, so what do you think? How you can reverse it? And reversing without using extra space, right? So you can do operation is pop, you can do pop operation and push operation, and that too on top. Okay, so suppose you pop it out, okay, again you pop it out, then you are using extra space. Suppose you have some variable and you store it, then you in the next time you can do something like this 3, 2. But what about 1? This is still not reversed, right? So to do that again you have some problem, right? So what I see, you have to use somehow recursion. Okay, that's the way, like without using extra space you can reverse it. Somehow you need to use recursion. Okay, so how recursion can help?
In recursion, it internally take order of instance for that.
Yeah, that's actually true. Internally it takes order of n space. That's true. But if you want to do that, then like without declaring something you can do that. And other than that, what I can see, you can design your stack ADT using linked list. Yeah, this is possible solution. So people accept some time, like without using extra space means like I'm not declaring extra space as a temporary space. Okay, it's part of recursion. So other than that, there is one more technique, and that technique is called using linked list. Yeah.
सर लेकिन ऐसे तो इसमें मतलब दो एरे बन जाएंगे ना, एक बार तो बनेगा x को स्टोर करेगा तो पुश करेंगे हम.
For what?
एक बार करेंगे
using linked list.
नहीं,
तो
using stack recursion से.
how it will become 2 array?
सर एक बार तो पुश होगा, मतलब एक बार तो पहले पॉप होगा, तो उसे स्टोर करेंगे, फिर हमारा स्टैक पूरा खाली होगा, फिर एक बार दोबारा पुश होगा.
Okay, to answer that question, let me reiterate it. Okay, so you have not stack now, right? You have only its array. Okay, and array is full 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you have to reverse it. Okay, so if you have to reverse it, can you use recursion to reverse it? Can you use? Okay, if you can use recursion to reverse it, okay, so what do you think, will it take extra space?
सर हर बार एक वेरिएबल बनेगा जैसे तो करवाएंगे ना, तो रिकर्शन इसमें 5 बार चलेगा, वो 5 बार 5 वेरिएबल हो गए, तो फिर ये एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस में कंसीडर करा जाएगा नहीं करा जाएगा?
No, it's that is not the case. So let me tell you one more thing. Okay, 1 second. So if your input size is n, okay, input size is n and it is taking n space, okay, and suppose you are creating one more array of size k, okay, of size k, and k is constant, okay, and it's not proportional to n. Okay, so if n increase, k increase. If that is not the case, then you can assume it is not taking extra space, and the space complexity is O of n1 only for this part, O of k or O of constant. Okay, so if k is proportional to n, then you have to tell, yeah, so it will take order of k plus n space. Otherwise, you can say, yeah, it's taking constant space only. You got my point right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर एक डाउट और है छोटा सा.
Yes, tell me.
मेरे पास इसका रिकॉर्ड जो ये वाला कोड था ना रिकर्शन वाला.
हाँ.
ये मैं आपको कोड भेज रहा हूँ चैट में.
Okay.
इसकी कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी मेरे समझ में नहीं आई कितनी होगी. ऑर्डर ऑफ n स्क्वायर या फिर n स्क्वायर.
Reverse. You didn't send full code, I think.
एक मिनट फुल. एक मिनट में दोबारा भेज देता हूँ. इतना ही जा रहा है खाली को.
Okay. Let me show you. Reverse. Hey, 1 second. Reverse stack using recursion. I can get in Google, no problem. So it's everywhere.
हाँ सर यहीं से लिया था.
Yeah. This is well-known problem. Like when I'll explain this recursion topic, then obviously I'll cover these things. This is very well-known problem. It's not like one-off thing. So this is the code. So from here it is popping and then it's reversing and then insert at bottom X. So what complexity you are looking for? Are you looking for space complexity or time complexity?
The time complexity.
So what do you think? How much time it will take?
Sir, I think order of n square.
How?
Sir, एक बार तो इसमें पुश ऑपरेशन हो रहा है, पूरी स्टैक खाली हो रही है. तो जब एक बार ट्रैवर्स हुआ फिर एक बार पॉप कर इसको पुश करने में ट्रैवर्स हो रहा है पूरा एरे. मतलब पूरा स्टैक. तो ऑर्डर ऑफ n into n तो n square शायद.
No, not do शायद. Okay, so let me tell you one thing. If you are traversing one array 1 2 3 4 5, okay, you are traversing using for loop. Okay, starting from 1 0 to n. Okay, you traverse. Again, I am traversing, suppose from the end. I equal to length minus 1 to 0. Okay, how much is time complexity it will take? 2n, right? So one time you are popping some everything, okay, and another time you are pushing something. How much time it will take?
Order of n.
Then how 2n? Then you can say order of n, right? You cannot claim like it will take order of n square.
Sure.
You got it right?
Yes, sir.
Any other doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So another approach is there also. So because recursion, sometimes people find it difficult. Okay. So another approach, what you can take, you can design your own abstract data type. Okay. And that stack is of kind linked list. Okay. So you have stack interface, you create one more class, something like this, class linked list. Okay. And let it implements what stack. So all the method will be there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So once all the method is there, then here only what you have to do, here you will be creating one node class, right? To store the node. There you can store what all thing you can store. Element, next, previous, right? If you are using doubly linked list. So you have to use doubly linked list actually, so that you can reverse it easily. Or if you are using singly linked list also, then also you can reverse it. So benefit if you are using doubly linked, I'll explain that part also today. So don't worry. Today I'm covering the positional list, so you will find that answer. So let's say I have only singly linked list. Let's forget about the doubly linked list. I have next and element. Okay. So here you can do push operation. You can write add method. So you can abstract add method. Okay, and add at the end only, right? So push, it's push like at the beginning only. at the beginning only. Okay, and if you are popping, then add where? Remove from the beginning only. Okay, and when you are doing reverse operation, so you have linked list. Okay, you have linked list. Can you reverse it in order of n complexity, time complexity, without using extra space? That problem we have did earlier, right? We can do that, right?
Yes.
So you can define one reverse method here, and you can reverse the linked list. So if you reverse the linked list and you point the header to this one at the beginning, then it's fine, right? You can do in order of n complexity without using extra space. I hope it makes sense, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so these are the two techniques like you can use to reverse the linked list, reverse the stack. I hope it's clear.
Yes.
It makes sense. And then regarding this stack, like how use recursion to reverse the string, I'll come to that problem when I will be explaining the recursion topic. So it will be like very big topic actually. So yeah, lot of things are there in recursion. Okay, forward recursion, backward recursion, like so many things are there. Okay, so should I move? Any problem? Like, did you guys try solving 3 problem? What I have told? Even I also didn't solve. Okay, so any doubt, any question related to that 3 problem?
No, sir.
No doubt. So should I move to the next topic?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then try to solve these 2 problem. Like anytime if you have any issue, just let me know, or you can search in Google also, you will get the solution. I don't see any difficulties there. Okay, so let me move to the next topic, and that topic is very interesting. Oh, sorry. Nice. Okay, so the first thing is we have covered the linked list. Okay, so we have covered the linked list, and if you remember, if you go to the linked list, you are able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if I go to my list ADT, so what all method was there? So there is list ADT 2. I think this I used for doing in the linked list. Okay, so this all method was there: is empty, size, last, first, add last, remove first, and print all. Do you see any method to insert in between something? You don't see, right? So you can do any operation. So this is the linked list, let's say. So if this is the linked list, okay, so you can do operation only in the beginning or in the end. Okay, so this is the head and this is the tail. Okay, so you can do any operation in the beginning or in the end. Now if I, and let's say element is there 1, 3 and 4. Okay, if I ask you, can you insert 2 in between 1 and 3 or after 1? or I say before 3, how you can do this. So my next question is, insert to, first question, between 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Second is after 1. Third is before 3. All is pointing to the same question, right? Yeah. So if my question is something like this, how you are going to do this part? Okay. So my next analogy will be, okay, so this is one analogy. The another analogy is, you have a string, big string, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T till Z. Okay. So suppose this is my cursor. Okay. This is my cursor. Okay. So if I write something, or let me do something like this. Okay. So let me increase the font. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. Suppose my cursor is at H. Okay. I can delete it here. I can add here. I can add here. I can add here, G. Okay. So in between, I can also add or remove something. So how do you think this concept has been implemented in data structure? Okay. So we call this point as a cursor, and you are doing some operation on the cursor. Another analogy I can see, so you have a playlist, okay, and that playlist is having some song, okay, playlist is having some song, okay, all the Lata Mangeshkar song, let's say song starts with A, B, C, D, E, okay, these all are the songs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And suppose you want to add one more song in your favorite playlist in between 3 and 4, something called X. You can do that, right? Okay. So, but when you are adding this, you know, I want to add this song after this song. You want to know, you know, right? You know, like I want to add this song after this song or before this song. So you have some pointer or some cursor, and in between that cursor, you are performing some operation. I hope you are following me, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if that is the case, then you know, yeah, something is there in between, you are doing some operation. That's cool. I know. Okay. So how we can implement such concept in case of data structure? But suppose if you are using array, okay, if you are using array, the problem with this operation is like if you are performing some operation in between an array, so you have to move all the element from some place to some place, right? Let's say example, you have something here, let's say 1, 2, 3 is there, one space is vacant, and you have to add 4 somewhere, or you have to add 4 here at this place. So what you have to do, you have to shift 2 and 3 here, and then you can add 4. So what you are doing, you are doing insert operation in order of n complexity, right? In the worst case, suppose if you are adding something at the beginning, okay? So to remove this concept, like to remove order of n complexity, we have linked list. That's cool. So we have linked list, and linked list provide features of adding any element in between two nodes, right? Suppose this 3 node was there, I want to add 4th node here, then I'll directly add 4 node here. And what I'll do, earlier pointer was this one, so what I'm going to do, I'll just delete this pointer, and what I'll do, I'll point, sorry, I'll point this to this and this to this, right? And it's working fine. So that's good. So linked list provide that features. Okay. So why can't we use, so what is the disadvantage of using linked list? So only disadvantage of using linked list, so this pointer space is extra used, right? Other than that, I don't see any disadvantage, right? And otherwise, like every operation is in order of 1 complexity in case of linked list, right? That's the great benefit of the linked list. The next question arises, okay, when you are implementing linked list in Java, okay, when you are implementing linked list in Java, and if you are abstracting your uh, uh, data structure and encapsulating, okay, try to focus on my words. When you are abstracting the linked list data structure in Java and encapsulating your data structure in the linked list class, okay, when I say encapsulating, means you are hiding the implementation, how that has been implemented in the Java, right? Then the problem is you cannot expose any of the node in between node to the outside of the outside world. What does that mean? Okay, so to illustrate that, let me share one example. So list additive was there, and here in the linked list, so I had one node, that is how we are, what we are doing. This is abstraction or encapsulation. Anyone?
Encapsulation.
So is it same answer for everyone? Okay, yeah, it's encapsulation. So we have hidden the node representation within the linked list class using nested inner class. Okay, so this is nested class, and outside world cannot access this node object. So only class which can access node object is linked list. Okay, and linked list is one abstraction. Okay, linked list is one data type. Okay, abstraction was actually list entity, but this abstraction is implemented in this linked list class. Okay, so this is having only access to this node. If you try to access this node from outside, you cannot access. So if you go to the linked list demo, here what you can see, you have only access to the linked list object node, not node object. Okay, so let me try to get something. L dot head. Okay, so L dot head is returning node, right? That's fine. Okay, I'll try to get it. Add import to com.manish.list linked list node. Second, integer. Okay, so which node was imported. Okay, linked list dot node. Why linked list not imported? Reason is I made it as a public, but in the actual nested class, it should be the private. Okay, so actually abstraction would be if this should not be exposed, right? So this should be made as private. So now what will happen? You cannot import this one. See, you cannot see this linked list one. See, it's suggesting create node class. So this node is not accessed. It cannot be accessed. Okay. Can you make it accessible here? How we can do? And that is one design pattern actually, and that is called positional design pattern. Okay, so that is very good design pattern, and I want to explain that also. Okay, so I cannot access this one. That's great. Let's see how we can do that. Okay, that is the topic of discussion today. And this position, the reason is I want to explain this topic. So if you are going to study the tree concept, so at any point of time I want to access the node, right? So it's fine, you can give access to the node outside of the world, right? You can give. So some person comes and what he does, it modify the node structure. Let me do something like that. So it's public. Okay, public. And now what I'll do, I can get the node, right? I can get the node. And let's say it's in between some node like L dot head dot next. Let's say this is the node. What is the method? Is there any method? Get next. Okay, I get the next node. What if I do x dot set next is equal to null? In between node, I make it as null. What will happen here to the linked list? Your linked list will be broken, right? It will break or not?
Yes, Manesh, it will be.
Yeah, so it will be broken into two parts. So that is the problem. So that is the problem. You should not, if you are designing some data structure properly in your implementation, try to make it as complete hidden, encapsulate it properly. So here I did public, means it's wrong implementation. Although I am saying, I am claiming, yeah, I have designed it properly and it's a static inner class, and we have access to this node class only inside this linked list class, but I'm able to access it. So this is wrong. This is wrong implementation. So what is the benefit of using this node inside the class? You can declare it outside. And that's why in the beginning only, so I could have implemented this node class outside of the linked list, and I could have implemented. And if you see the normal data structure implementation anywhere, so maximum places, it's like just implement the node class outside of the linked list and try to access it. But that was the problem. Okay, so if I do this private, my problem is solved. But somehow I still want to get the node, and I can get the node, and only element I can access is e-data. I can access the data. Here, what is my target is, here instead of getting node, I should get some pointer to each node. I can get some pointer to each node. I'll get some pointer to this node, but I can access only the element. I won't have access to modify or update the node. That's my target. How we can achieve that? Okay, so if you are like beginner and you have not designed any data structure or any algorithm in your company, so maybe it will be very helpful how we generally design. Okay. And I learned this concept while I was designing some of the algorithm for like my company. Then I have gone through this concept. Okay. The next thing is how we can do this. Okay. So that's where the positional design patterns come into the picture. Okay. So what is the positional design pattern? Let's say or I have 4-person. Okay. I have 4-person standing in a queue. Okay. Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, Mr. D. Here is some counter. Okay. So what is the position? If I ask one question, what is the position of B? What would you say?
Oh, 1.
What is the position of C?
2.
If this person go out, then what is the position of B?
0.
What is the position of C?
1.
So it means the position is changing. Okay. And that's happen in case of array. So if in the case of array, if some element is deleted, then the position change, right? If 1 was there, 2, 3, 4 was there, and 1 is deleted, then the 2's position changed. I don't want that. Okay. I would say B is after C, or I would say B is before A. If A is not there, then obviously I am the first one. I would say C, if I ask what is the position of C, I would say I am behind Mr. B. D would say I am behind Mr. C. If I assume this kind of abstraction, it will help irrespective of Mr. A goes, Mr. B goes, or maybe Mr. X, new Mr. X comes in front of A. Then still Mr. B will be before A. Now, what will happen? Suppose Mr. P comes before A. Then yeah, Mr. B will say, I am before P. That's the only changes happening. How is it possible in the case of linked list? Do you see it's possible, right? But in case of array, it's difficult. So implementing the positional list using array is a bit difficult. Okay, there is concept how you can use array to implement the positional list, but this seems possible in case of linked list. I hope you are following me, right? Or any question? Arjit, Mayur, Shubham, Shumit, Kapil. Yeah, you can talk here, only few people are there. So let's make it interactive. Okay, that's cool. This is done. Now, I would say this 3 element is there. This is head. Okay, this is null. Can I wrap this node? Okay, can I wrap this node and say this is my position node, okay, for this particular element. Okay, this is node, so I'm storing some value 3 and it is pointing to something, and I say what is your position. So let's say I have one reference position, okay, and that is pointing to 3, okay, and we call this position, and this position has only one method, and that is get element. Okay, so if my position is pointing to this one, then this get element will be returning 4. This position will be pointing suppose 1, then this get element will be returning 1. Okay, so this position abstraction is defined. So one more abstraction I did is position. Okay, how we can implement this one. So this is very interesting. So I define one position interface, and that interface is having only get element. Okay, and it throws illegal state exception if that position is not correct. I hope it's fine, right? I just defined one position interface. Okay, what I am going to do next is, you have node, right? Earlier I was using singly linked list, but here I am just using the doubly linked list. So you have node class, and that node class is private, and this node class implements that position. Okay, if I say this node implements the position, it means this class object will have get element by default, right? Okay, so this class will have get element, and we can have the setter and getter method for all these three: setter, getter, set previous, set next, get next. So, and toString is just for getting the element. So this is the new node structure. Okay, I hope this new node structure is okay. I have two things. One is header and trailer, and another is size. So this is three private variable: header, trailer, and size. Okay, so I'm using doubly linked list. Okay, so before that, let me go to the positional list. So what all method positional lists support? So if you go to the normal list, so it was not returning, it was returning the node, but you cannot hold that node outside world, right? You can only do the operation from there only. The next thing is, here we have first, that will be returning first element, last will be returning the last element. Here before, you will be inserting something before this position. You will be inserting something after this position. You will be adding adding first element. You will be adding at the last. You will be adding before this position. Okay. No, so this is just getting. So what is before this element? What is the position? So who is before Mahesh? Who is before Ramesh? Who is after Ramesh? It's like that. Add before Ramesh, add after Ramesh, something like that. And suppose I want to replace, so suppose Ramesh was there and I want to remove that person and I want to put Suresh there in a queue. So that is set. And remove it, just removing Ramesh from the queue. It's like that. So this all positional list method is supported. Okay. Now what all extra benefit you are getting? So if you have this positional list implemented, okay. So if you have this positional list implemented, you can use this linked positional list. Okay. If you have this linked positional list, so you can create DQ class, and that is based on linked positional list very easily, just using all the method here. What all method is here? So first, last. So this is for stack. So you want to always like, so in the last only people add and remove, right? So this last and add last. So this two can be used for stack. First is for removal, right? Add first or remove first. So this remove maybe can be used for removal. And similarly, you can implement DQ, deck, that we call deck, very easily if you implement this positional list. On top of that, if you have some condition like add something, add some song in between two song or after this song, using this thing, you can implement very easily, right? I hope it makes sense. Or any doubt till now? Because I think I'm deviating from the data structure topic a bit. Any question, guys? Come on, yaar. Don't hesitate to talk. It's
No, sir.
okay. Sumit, going good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Subham, Mayur, Arijit. Okay. So I hope you can also implement. That's cool. Now, so this is again one interface, right? So I created one position interface. I created one positional list interface. Now what I am doing, this linked positional list is implementing the positional list and node is implementing the position. So by default, whatever method was there in positional list will be coming here, and what all method was there in position will be coming to node. And node, this one had only one method, and that was get element. That's great. But what is this? This is public, right? This is public position method. That's good. Now going further. So if I, for the sake of simplicity, what if I just remove everything for now from here? Okay, I'll paste it on Notepad. I have one constructor. Okay, so it's new node, null, header, null. I'll explain this one also. Okay, so and yeah, so what I'll do from here also, I'll just let me comment it out. Okay, so if you declare something like this, so it will be always suggesting implement all the method, implement all abstract method. So if I click here, add all abstract method, so what you will see, get element is added. Okay, so you need to override this, you need to override this method. So instead of overriding here, I had already, so this was the method I overridden. So what I have did, so if next is equal to null, next is pointing to null, then throw new illegal state exception. Position is not valid. Okay. Why I did that, I'll explain. Just wait for a few minutes. The next thing, this also had few method, positional list had few method. I need to override everything. Implement all abstraction. I just did, and all abstraction is coming. So I need to implement all this method. Okay, but that method I have already implemented, so I will show one by one. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just copy it from here and paste down. The next thing here, one convention I am using. So I have one linked list data structure. So this is one node class that was declared. That's fine. I'll keep it aside for now. Just assume there is nothing. So what you can give to the public. Okay, or you need some handle, right? So I have header handle, trailer handle, and size, but I'm just keeping all this thing as a private, so you cannot directly come and change anything. I'll give the access of this three as well using something called public method. Okay, so size is one method. Get header and get trailer method will be also there, that we can write it later. Okay, or what is the need of that? If I don't see you need this header and trailer, I won't give you. Okay, you can get header. If you do first and last, then you can get it. But I just hidden it for some reason. Okay, I don't want it to give to the public or outside the client. Now, the new concept.
Manish, sorry to interrupt. Can you just explain once more the header and trailers function?
So yeah, like for some reason I made it as a private. Okay, so if I want to give it to the client, okay, client, if I say like who is creating the object of linked list, okay, so if that person want to access this header and trailer, if I declared as a private, then I can create two public method or three public method to access this header, trailer, and size, right?
Right.
Okay, but I don't want give access to either of three for some reason. Okay, what is the reason? I'm coming. Okay,
so you're using abstraction here.
Yes, I'm using abstraction here. I'm just hidden header and trailer and size. Okay, why I have hidden it? So once I am creating the linked positional list, the default constructor, using default constructor, once I am creating the first object of the linked list class, the way I am creating is bit different, and that will be adding some code, I would say code maintainability better. Okay, what I am creating, once I am creating the object, then my object will be created something like this. So it's doubly linked list, right? So here element will be there. So it will be pointing to this one. This will be pointing to this one. That's cool. This will be pointing to null. We call this as a header, a trailer. We call this as a header. Okay. This will be pointing to obviously null. Okay. And here, let's say null is stored or some garbage value is stored. I don't worry about that. So, and we call this thing as sentinels. Okay. So by default, my linked list is this one, and I will be declaring the size of the linked list as equal to 0. Now, if I have to add something, then I'll add here. Okay. So I will be always adding after header. Okay. If the first element is getting added, so somewhere I will add it here. And this will be pointing to this one. 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 And what will happen to this one? This will be removed. And here the first element will be there. Here the first element, let's say 1 is added. Okay. So this will be the structure. So this is called sentinels, and what the benefit is there. So this element, so if I call it as a position, so it should always point next. If I do write next, or if I write previous, it should always point to something. If it is not pointing to something, that is my header and trailer or some other element, then this position is invalid. Okay, I may have some other condition also. I can check the data inside this, if some data is corrupt, then I can say this is invalid position. Okay, so this is the benefit of adding the sentinel. Okay, and another benefit is also once we are implementing, you will see. Okay, till now it's fine, right? So if you see header, new node, null, null, null. So if I go to the constructor of the node, so it's first is element previous next, element previous next. This is the element previous next. So I'm creating the new node with element previous null. But in the trailer, previous should be pointing to the header. Once trailer is also created, then header dot set next should be trailer. So this is my like constructor, what is creating the object. And by default size is 0, or here also you can declare, if you are not declaring size here, then you can declare size here also. Okay, so if now if you write the size, then it will be giving you the size. So let me try to write some method. You can return size, right? It will give the size. That's good. Is empty, so you can directly write. How you can write? You can write return size is equal to 0. If it is 0, then it will be returning empty. That's good. First. So how you can get the first? So whatever element header will be pointing will be the first element, right? You got my point, right? So here I may check if size is greater than 0, then return header dot next, right? Otherwise, what I'll return? Null. What will be the last? Here also I'll check if size is greater than 0. Then I will be returning what? Trailer dot previous, because it is a doubly linked list. Trailer dot previous. Else I'll return what? Null. Let me check once again how I did it earlier. Size is empty, first last, header dot get first, header dot get next, header dot get previous. It's fine. So that's the valid condition actually. I should check it. Okay. So before, I'm asking something before this position. Okay. How we can implement that? Can I directly write? Okay. So here something interesting comes into the picture. Okay. What is the case now? Give me like 1 minute. Yeah. So if I'm asking, I'm giving you some position and I'm asking what is the element that is before that position. Okay, I'll go back to here. Okay, I have something. So this is one position. I'm asking what is before this one. right? That's fine. I can pass anything invalid also. I'm client, right? I can pass anything wrong also. So maybe that position was belonging to some other list and the structure is not matching, then it's the problem, right? And that position is having four element. Okay, so I need to validate whether this position, what I am telling, is part of this linked list or not. Okay, if this position is part of this linked list, then only I would say, yeah, this is part of my linked list. Then only I can say, yeah, what is before that. So it is quite possible. So there is one doubly linked list. Okay, there is one doubly linked list that is also implementing the position. Okay, the node inside the doubly linked list is also implementing the position, and the node inside a singly linked list also implementing the position. What if I pass some of the position of the singly linked list and I say what is the corresponding element of that node, or what is the node before that? It should throw error, right? I hope you got my point. That's fine, right?
Yes.
Okay. Any question, just stop me, like, ma'am. Okay. So that's the problem. Okay. So if I am passing this position to check what is the element before P. So one more thing, I would like, who is not aware of that concept of polymorphism, for them it's very important question. Or suppose some position that is interface, right? So two node is there. One is Mr. Node 1, one is Mr. Node 2. Node 1 is having only element, like only one variable, var1, or let's say two variable, var2, and node 2 is having three variable, var1, var2, var3. Okay, I can create object of node 1 as well as node 2 if it is implementing position. Here it also implements position. Then this position P can hold node 1 object as well as this position can hold a node 2 object also, right? Everyone is aware of this concept or not?
Yes.
Okay. Now I have to check, I need to validate. So what will happen, that's what I was trying to explain here. So if I say I pass this node to, okay, and my linked list is created with this node, and if I pass this node to and ask what is the element before this, then that is invalid, right? So I should not return it and I would say that position is invalid. You are passing me the wrong position. That's the case. Okay, I'll do that. So how we can write the validate method? So let me write the validate method. Okay, so I'll first write the validate method, and that validate method will be the private method. Okay, and this is the validate method, and what it will be returning? It will be returning the corresponding node of that position. Okay, this is the position I am giving and it will be returning the corresponding node. Okay.
मनीष सर,
Yes.
ये इसमें ना ये चेक करना ना कि इन दोनों नोड का बिहेवियर सेम है या अलग अलग है.
Or I'll explain. Just wait. Just hold a minute. Okay. So I told here I'm just checking P is instance of node. It will check if the P is instance of node 2, this condition will fail, right? If P is instance of node, then only, yeah, this position is valid for this linked list and I can process. What will happen if P, as I told earlier, so here it was 2 node. So let's say node 1 is correct one, and here if I am saying P is instance of node 1, so it will be saying, yeah, that is correct, and it will process. If it is instance of node 2, then that position is invalid for my linked list and it will fail, right? If this is not the case, then I'll say illegal argument exception, and node is your whatever position you are passing, or invalid position you are passing, or you are passing something that is not object of this node class. If you are passing anything that is object of this node class, then only this is valid object, and you cannot create node outside of this linked position list. I hope it makes sense to you. I can create node within this linked list position, so I cannot pass anything until and unless first I'll get the node, and then I can pass before something, pass some method, pass to some method, then only it's valid node, otherwise it's invalid node. So this is great check, right? If your position is not instance of node, then your node is invalid, and obviously I can cast it to the node. If that is valid node, then I can obviously cast it to the node, right? And if node dot get next is again null, then P is no longer in the list. Okay, so there is one more condition what I am telling. Suppose I removed something, I removed something from my list. Okay, I removed some node. So whenever I am removing any node from the list, what I'll do, I'll point it to the null, and I'll make it previous also null. So if this is the condition, then maybe it's possible, it's quite possible this node was part of my list, but if it is pointing to null and its previous is also null, now it is not part of the list and my position is invalid. It's same like Mr. Mahesh was there in the queue, but now I removed it. Once I say I removed it, I deleted who was before Ramesh and who was after Ramesh. If I deleted this two thing, then obviously Ramesh is out of the queue. It makes sense, right? And then I'll return node. Any question?
Yes, I have a question, Manish.
Yes, please go
so
ahead.
basically, we are creating nodes with two different argument structures, right?
Repeat again.
I mean, when we are defining two different nodes like node 1 and node 2, we are passing two different set of arguments, like one with 2 arguments and one with 3 arguments.
Oh, okay. I think you have not understood. Let me explain it again.
Yeah.
So, let me explain it again. So this is one queue of boys. Okay.
Okay.
This is one queue of boys. This is one queue of girls. Okay.
Okay.
How you can create boy object? So there must be one boy class.
Yeah.
How you can girl object? You can create one girl class. Okay.
Okay.
Now let's say here some persons are there. Let's say Ramesh, Suresh, Mahesh, Santosh.
Okay.
Here, let's say Jyoti, Pooja, Rita, Soni. Okay. This is the list. Okay. What if I say So by default, this boy is implementing position. This girl is also implementing position, right? If I am implementing the positional list, following me, right? Rijit, are you following?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, my mic was turned off.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. No problem. So it's following position. So
Yeah.
Okay. So if I say position P1 can point to Suresh, maybe
Okay.
some object Suresh, right? Position P1 can point to someone called Rita.
Rita, yeah.
Possible?
Possible.
Okay. Now I say, tell me who is at position P1 and I'll pass. So here, this list is having one method called before. Okay, and here I am passing P1. This method is also having someone called before method is there, and here also I am passing P1. Okay, let's say here it is P2. That's better. Here if I pass P1, okay, so it's showing before Suresh. So before Suresh, who is there? Ram is there, right?
Ram is there, yeah.
Okay, here I say before Rita. So who is there? Pooja will return.
Pooja is there.
Okay, that's cool. Now I say if I pass P1 here, because here I can pass this P1 also, right? Because both are the position. Okay. If I say P1 pass here, so it is asking who is before Suresh, right? So, so Suresh is not girl, it's boy, right?
Right.
So I need to invalidate it. Yeah, this position is itself wrong. So this position is wrong. Only I can say if I can check if Suresh is object of girl. If Suresh is not object of girl, then obviously this is invalid, right?
Right.
That's what I am telling.
Okay. Now understood. Clear.
Now it will make sense to everyone, right?
Right.
That's great. Okay. So I validated the position. So here, if I validate the position, okay, then I can get the object also, right? I can get the object by casting it, typecast it to the child class or subclass. That's cool. I validated it. So if I need to return before, then first I'll validate. Node n is equal to validate of P. So n, I got the n. So if it is not, P is not object of the node class, obviously it will throw invalid, or if it is pointing to null something, then it will be throw. And let me explain that part also. Now suppose I removed the Pooja from the list. So what I'll do, I'll make Pooja. So earlier Pooja was pointing to Jyoti as well as Rita. Now Pooja will be pointing to null, and before this is also null. So if now I pass this object in the list and check who is before Pooja. So if this is pointing to null, then this position is now also invalid, right? And any of these object cannot be created outside of the linked list. That is also one thing. So you should always give the right thing. Okay, now I got this one. Now I can return, if this is valid, then I can say n dot get previous. I'll just return n dot get previous. So it is returning what? N dot get previous will return no type, but position is superclass, so it's fine. It's fine. Or you can do something like this also. This is stopping. Both is correct. Okay. So similarly for after you can do similar. Here also I should write node. It's after, right? So n dot get next. Now add first, add last. Oh, these are all few methods. Okay. So we'll write this add first, add last, add before, add after. Okay. So it's all about adding. So can we have something? So but I found all this method has something common. Add first, add last, add before. If I can implement add between method, okay. So I can give, so in case of add last, so the last element I can pass trailer and trailer dot previous. So if I add in between trailer and trailer dot previous, then I can add in the last. If I add header and header dot next, then I can do add before. Add after, if I can add last, add before, and add after. So add after is some element is there. So that element and dot next in between. So I will writing some method, and that will be the private method called in between, and that will be reused everywhere. Okay, and that method is this one, in between, and this will be the common method and used by everyone. Okay, so add between, so node E, this is private, so I can pass node, right? So other than this method, this is private method. Other than all the public method is having position reference, but this is having node reference because we are calling from the inside. Outside client cannot call this one. So I can create node newest equal to new node. I can pass element. I can pass the previous node. I can pass the next node. So once this is done, then whatever the previous was there, then previous dot set next should be newest, and next dot set previous should be newest. That's fine. Size plus plus, I'll increase the size and I'll return the newest. And newest will be giving the position what node was added. So it makes sense. So once this is done, then adding in between is very, very simple. So here also what I'll do, node n is equal to validate p. I validated it, p is validated. Then add between I'll call. I'll add e. So it's add first, then header dot next. How simple it is. Add last. So I just return. I can return this one. Add first. Oh, so no need to doing this also. So add last. Here also no need to doing that. So I'll just return add between. E. Here it should be the trailer dot previous. Dot previous and trailer. Right here, what will be the case? Here I need to validate because I am getting the position. So node n is equal to validate p. Right, I got. Now I'll write add between. But I'll pass e, and so it's add before, right? So here it should be n dot previous. Here add after. Then again I'll do similar. E here n and n dot next. Set. So here also what I'll do, I just need to modify, right? So I'll also here do node E n validate P. So I got node and then I can using n dot set element E, right, and return. So I need to first get it. E answer equal to n dot get element. Okay, and here I'll return answer. Right, remove. So this is a bit interesting. Okay, I hope till here everything is fine. Or any question? Any question, guys?
No, clear.
Mayur, Shubham, Shumit, Kapil. After this, you will be able to implement such positional rest, right? I won't be sharing on lead code. I'll only share interface. You need to write your own and try testing it. So once you are like good with this concept, it will help like in real time application development. Okay. So I'll copy this remove method. Okay, it's very simple. Nothing much, but that is interesting. Where I'm copying everything. So it's, I'll first validate because I need to delete something. I'll validate, I got the node. I'll get the predecessor. What is the previous of that node? I got the successor. What is the node after that? So predecessor dot set next should be successor and successor dot set previous equal to predecessor. That's fine. Now I got not dot get element answer. I'll decrease the size and then I'll just set next null, set next null, and I'll return the answer. That's it. I hope you got this point. This is not complex. This is very simple in the case of WLink list. Or you want me to explain? Then it's something like this. I have 3 node. Okay. So I have to, let's say I have to delete middle node. Okay. This is header. So I need to delete this node. So I'll get previous. So I'll got the reference. This is predecessor. This is successor. Okay. Now predecessor dot set next should be pointing to this one. Successor dot get previous should be pointing to this one. So this deleted, this is deleted. But one part is only deleted. This part is deleted and this part is deleted, but this two is still same. So I can do node dot set next null and node dot set previous null. So this will be pointing to null. So this will be collected by garbage. So this is no, and you need to remove, delete, decrease the size. So I'm just doing size minus. That's it. And you return the answer, what was there at that. This is the case. So I hope it's very clear. So you understood the concept of doubly linked list also, right?
Yes, sir.
So doubly linked list was not covered.
Yes.
Now doubly linked list is covered. That's why at that time I didn't cover that, because I wanted to introduce this positional concept. Now if I ask, and even I didn't cover the DIC, doubly ended queue. Now if someone asks me to implement DIC, so let me try to write new Java class DIC com.manish.dic. Here I what I'll do. So linked positional list was there, right? So here I'll do one thing, linked positional list. Just see how it is simple. Just you need to know the concept. So people learn this thing, but data structure, but does not care about the internals. I'll create one constructor, insert code, constructor. I don't pass anything. I'll just write this dot be equal to new linked positional list. That is done. Then this should implements what? Let me write one DIC interface. DIC ADD. Okay. So what all method it should support? It will be taking something called E. It should have int size, boolean is empty. It should have E get like top, or it's let me first write for the stack. So it should be the top. Okay. And it should be the push. Here I should write E. I can write void. I can write void pop. Okay. Or better, I would write front, or it should be push will be always from the front, and remove from front, or add in front, add in front. Okay. Get front. Here void add in last, EE void remove from last. Add front, remove front, and get last. So everything is covered, right? So if this is the doubly ended queue, so let's say this is front, So add front will add it here. Remove front will remove it from here. Okay. Add last will add here. Remove last from removing will be here. Front element will be this one. Last element will be this one. So both stack and queue can be implemented using this dict, right? Okay. Let's play around. Now I'll do implements. Okay, so it will ask to implement all abstract method size. So I'll do return p dot size. Return p dot is empty. Get front. Return p dot. Add in front p dot. Add before. P dot header. Okay. I need to get header somehow. Okay. Before. Somehow I need to create now this header as public, then only I can get it. Then I can do add in front. Okay, I can do that. Link positional list. It, yeah, it's implementation. You can change it. There are other ways around also. So you can modify that to, like you can create method also. So here p dot e remove from front. Right, remove from front. P dot header dot. Okay, remove from front. Is there any other method? Oh, okay. Okay, I'll get first before or after header. It's p dot header. I'll get that, and here it is position. here you can do p dot remove. See, that is done. Add in last. Add before. Here you can go p dot trailer. Right? All the method implemented. So deck is done. Yes, some bug will be there. You need to fix it, obviously. Remove from last also you can do similarly. So here p dot before, p dot trailer, remove. Get last is return p dot trailer dot get before. P dot get trailer. So do you think it's fine? What is the issue? Dot get element. Looks good to you, right? Any question? Deck is also implemented. So this is called concept of positional list. Now I think you guys can do. So I told this concept just in case, like, yeah, like you can implement earlier way also, like how we use the linked list. So normally it will be like data structure question will be based on only linked list, but this will be coming into the picture once. What happened here? Yeah, once you will be learning this tree concept, this picture will come a lot, the importance of position. And it's very important thing, understanding how position works. So maybe this will be all for today. In the next class we'll start tree. So we have covered what all we covered: deck, list, arrays, linked list, map, queue, stack, tree. Tree I will be covering. So yeah, so I was doing something. So in the next class I'll do tree. Any question, or otherwise we can drop for today. I talked a lot about today.
Yeah, we need some time to get today's class done, right?
Yeah, so just try to practice. I'll push this code in Git also, so don't worry.
Okay.
Try to.
Will it be possible to upload it?
Yeah,
Take time
no, today only I'll upload in Git as well as YouTube also. So like in evening, try to grasp this concept, and I'm sure like it will be very helpful. Like in the real world example, it won't help much in solving data structure lead code problem, but if you are doing some application development, it will help a lot.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so Mayur,
Okay.
Shubham, Sumit, Kapil, all good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's great. Chalo, then we'll see next week. Thank you guys.
Thanks, Manish.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.